Hey there, y'all. Welcome. I'm Lisa Duke with Lisa Duke Financial Coaching, and I'm going to tell you today a little bit about my corporate wellness offering. A lot of people may not think about financial wellness as a piece of overall wellness, but of course, if an employee is having financial issues, that can be a big distraction. It can eat into their work hours, and it can also affect their health if they're not sleeping well, if they're having a lot of anxiety. So it's absolutely an important piece of overall wellness and ought to be, I think, a part of every company's corporate wellness program. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about an engagement I have coming up. This is a client who has hired me to do 4 financial education sessions. For this client, I'm not actually doing any coaching, although that is an additional service that can be added on if clients are interested in having their employees receive that. So I'm going to walk you through just kind of the high level outline of what those sessions are going to cover in case this sounds like something that might be of interest to your company. And of course, if we are able to take this content and tweak it for you, then the pricing is quite reasonable. If you want to scrap all this and come up with your own custom program, we can do that, but it takes more time. It'll cost a little bit more. So what's in there now? The first topic is debt, making a budget and how to manage debt. So we talk about why a spending plan is important and also the right mindset to have around your spending plan. I always think of a budget or a spending plan as being like the GPS. So it's not going to be exactly how things go down, but you're going to get there a lot faster and a lot more efficiently if you at least have a plan than if you just jump in the car and drive. So we talk about that a little bit, the steps to making a spending plan, and then how to manage debt, why debt even is a problem, how to prioritize debt payment inside of a budget, the debt snowball versus the debt avalanche, and then some resources, including Dave Ramsey. He has a lot of great information. The second session is around saving and the importance of mindset. So sort of why even bother to save money. I personally believe your emergency fund is almost like insurance. So it should be considered an expense. And it helps protect everything else that you build in your financial life from the inevitable ups and downs of life. We also talk about the one belief that explains 75% of the difference between those who are wealthy and those who are not. And this is not just like BuzzFeed clickbait. There's an actual psychologist who's done research and narrowed down what that key core belief is. So we go into that. Then we talk about how to actually save money, some tricks to make that easier. And then we get into mindset challenges, scarcity. Sometimes people get into excessive optimization. They don't like having the emergency fund not invested. And we talk about why that's a mistake, in my opinion. And then sort of this eat the rich mentality. And then any vows and oaths that subconsciously might be holding you back on your spending plan. The third class that they asked me to teach is covering risk management, which is really just fancy people talk for insurance. So why insurance is important, that you don't want to do all this work to build something just to lose it. And then also how to sort of look at your internal corporate benefits before you buy or get sold something extra, see if you already have it and what your actual gaps are. We talk about the kinds of insurance there are, the kinds of insurance you might want to have, a tiny little bit about if you actually have a claim, how that works. And then I also touch on estate planning documents just because it didn't fit in any place else. And I think it's worth making the point that we all need to make sure we have those in order. The fourth class is around investment planning. Now, I am not licensed to give investment advice, but what I do is financial education, helping people understand investments. A lot of people are very intimidated to start investing. They're very afraid of making a mistake. So that education and information helps people feel more comfortable. So we talk about why learning about investing is important, how ERISA really shifted the responsibility for our retirement from the employer to us as individuals. That even if we're willing to work forever. We may not be able to. I personally believe investing is about the only way to really build wealth for the long term. So we talk about that, what investing actually is, how to start. And I always, for employees, if you have an employer plan, especially if there's a match, like there's no better investment than free money. So we talk a little bit about that, and within the context of retirement planning, like, do I want Roth or do I want traditional? What a targeted date fund is, if they're just afraid that they're going to get it wrong, that's one way they can get some support in that. Time in the market beats timing the market, what the risks are to your investments. And then I'm going to touch a little bit on how advisors get paid. And for each of these courses, I'm going to give them resources, books, and things that they can read for additional research. So if you're in HR and you are looking to add financial wellness as a part of your corporate wellness strategy, feel free to get in touch with me, lisaduke.net/schedule. Just make sure you put in there that you're wanting to talk about corporate wellness, so you don't have to answer all the money questions. You can just skip those. Or you can just contact me directly, lisa@lisaduke.net, and let me know what questions you have. We'll get together, conversation, make sure that what I present is applicable to your team and helps them with the financial issues that they're having. So thank you all so much for your time, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.